Guys, if you haven't already, make sure to follow the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It helps us more than you could imagine.
But you do a lot of work with footballers. Like you said, you've done the Gareth Southgate stuff. You know what? We actually both, I've told the story once on here before as well, is we both did a video with Cristiano Ronaldo, which was amazing. Are you all right, Chip? What the fuck are you doing?
I thought I just unplugged my mic. I was checking. Sorry about it.
just pushing the table forward.
Yeah,
about
sorry
a foot
about that,
there.
boys.
But yeah, you've done a video with Cristiano Ronaldo. You've done actually two. See, that was the difference
One of
between
us
you
got
and me.
invited back, so...
I don't know why, by the way, because my video was absolutely class. You showed some Sunday League goals, and what did it do, like 10, 15 mil views? Mine sitting on like 3.
I literally just talked at him for about 6 minutes, and then one of the background staff was like, "You're gonna actually make your video at any point," and then pushed me along. And 50 million views later, you know,
Is it on 50?
No, 15. I think it's actually on 20.
That is
maybe 19,
outrageous.
20.
How long was the video? Was it
7
10
minutes?
7
7 minutes,
minutes?
maybe.
Oh, was that under the 10-minute threshold? at the time?
Yes, but it got claimed by FIFA inside the first day because I used some footage.
Well, that's your own fault, you stupid
It was
idiots.
stupid.
So
but
50
I've
million
heard-
views, £0.
Yeah, but to be fair, I think to buy FIFA footage, it is in the like tens of thousands of pounds anyway.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have made much money back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well, or just not
for
use that
shot of
footage?
Ronaldo's foot kicking a ball. I didn't even show above his knee. You know, like I
Is
just,
that actually what it was?
I think so. I showed him celebrating and him kicking a ball. Or like it was some player's boots kicking a ball and it got taken.
And they were like, yeah, no, that's ours.
yeah,
by
we're
the
like,
way.
Well, they've
we're
manually
having
seen
that,
that, and they've
those
gone, we are
thousands
not,
of
we
pounds.
know this
Yeah.
is going to bang. We're not letting that happen.
Yeah, that's interesting. And then so you did that for the first one, and it was actually was the second one for the fragrance as well?
Yeah, it was
So-
for a new fragrance that he did.
Yeah,
it's
so
like
we
a
both
second
got
version.
invited originally for the first one to promote like his fragrance, and I really I don't know if you got it though, because we weren't, funny enough, like we were almost shunned away. So we were shoved in a back cupboard, right? I'm not even joking. So Cristiano Ronaldo's like out in front of his fragrances and stuff doing it, and they literally told us like, you are not allowed to be in that area. And I'm thinking, fine, put us off to the side. They said no, there was a kitchen used by the staff in the back. They just shoved us in the kitchen, and they were genuinely like, you cannot leave this kitchen. We were shoved in there like cattle.
I wouldn't even call it a kitchen. It was
Yeah,
like it was
a
a
cupboard.
cupboard that had tables with like, you know, plates of food on it.
Yeah.
And I just remember bringing Shannon there, and her name wasn't on the list. So they were like, you have to stay locked in this cupboard for the entire time. So she didn't come round when we actually filmed or anything. She was just
Sounds
shut
like
in this
Harry
cupboard.
Potter under the stairs. We shoved you in.
Yeah, it
but, you
was
know.
nice. We were both in there, and then I was there like, oh, I'd quite like to watch Chris do his filming.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you get to see what the
Wait,
vibe
were
is.
you really not watching? When...
Bro, the first time I saw your video was when you uploaded it.
I had no idea. I thought you watched the whole thing.
No,
Really?
no,
You
no.
weren't-
Bro.
So I got to stand and watch your video.
Really?
Yeah,
Mate,
yeah,
they had locked me in that cupboard there with Shannon, and we both just sat there. We're just like, we didn't really know each other that well,
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
there.
yeah.
It was kind of weird that we were just locked in a
this
cupboard together.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think you went first, and then afterwards, and did you? So in my one, the lady kept hounding me to promote the fragrance. Did you get that at all?
No, they were quite helpful with mine because I just waffled for so long, and then she was like, "You've got 1 minute left. Just show him the footage." And so like that actually helped me. But yeah.
So do you know? I know what's
Clearly
happened
they
here.
just liked
No,
me.
no. What happened here was you'd done your video with him, and they've gone, we didn't quite get enough promotion in that,
Yeah.
so we're gonna take
Yeah.
all the promotion that should have been in Chris's,
Yep.
and we're gonna add it on even extra to Cal.
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember
I've
you
been
telling me about
finessed,
this. Yeah.
bro.
That is all, honestly, going first is the best. When me and Simon filmed with the Man City people in Abu
Yeah.
Dhabi, we had 20 minutes for the shoot. I took about 15. Simon had 5. Honestly, it's the best because you can just run over and
Yeah,
just stiff.
and
whoever
the
wants.
second person always gets finessed.
Yes, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's cut off time.
And you're just
you know.
thinking, Simon, I'm sorry, Phil, but this is my video now. Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
You did a video recently with Trent. Like your big thing. I mean, you have worked with probably the most footballers out of anyone, right?
I think on YouTube, actually. I mean, to be fair, like obviously you got like Philly and Chunks that do a lot of interviews and stuff. for
Yeah,
people
but
these
in
days.
terms of just like actual football videos,
I think football videos
Yeah.
probably.
And who's been your favorite to work with? Has there been one that stood out?
Bellerin or
Really?
Bellerin or Fabregas? Yeah, that's always
Classic
my
Arsenal.
answer. Yeah, they're just really nice. I think it makes a difference when you have a lot of time with them as well, because it's not just like media time. It's like you can actually chat to them and But like Fabregas, I was just fanboying the whole time. Like, you know, I was just turning up and I was like, this is the player. You know, everyone has that player that you want to be as a kid.
Yeah.
And it was very, I was just like, I wanted to be you since the age of like 8. So like,
And now here I am, a
here I am.
21-year-old man.
Yes, I just set up a video for him to play 3 balls for me to finish, and like he was like, all right.
That's a dream come true,
Yeah,
really.
yeah. So-
Wasn't there there was one video that you actually asked him to be part of, and there's kind of like a funny, almost like a miscommunication behind it. It was about like him donating to charity.
Oh
I remember.
yeah. Like I was like, for this video when COVID kicked off, and I was doing every time you conceded, you donate £1,000. Of course, I think you
I did that.
Yeah, you
£3,000 out of my bank account.
Yeah, no, I think I lost 24 in that video. It's a terrible month.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think I messaged him like that, and like, he just misunderstood the concept. Just donated £1,000. I was like, well, fair enough. But like,
So you asked him to play a game of FIFA with you, and every goal that he would have conceded, he had to pay £1,000.
£1,000, yeah.
But he just didn't understand that part.
He was just like, I've done it. Like, that's all sorted. Donated £1,000, and I was like, not really what I asked for, but I'll take it, I suppose.
Just got a grand donation off Cesc Fabregas for literally nothing.
Yeah, but it is weird because like now he follows me on Twitter, and occasionally I'll just get the odd reply off Fabregas. And,
Oh, that's
Really?
cute.
That is sick.
I don't even at him, and sometimes it's been a while now, but it's very I wish I could go back to 10-year-old, not 10-year-old me, like 15-year-old me when Fabregas was popping and be like.
By the way, just so you know, you'll be
So
chatting
sick.
to him in 10 years, like that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then has there been like the weirdest encounter, or one that you've just been like, this was a very strange shoot, I'm worried about how this video is going to turn out?
I'm trying not to like repeat stories, but we had one with the Man City one when they turned up. Willie Caballero had like a tennis racket, and he just like whacked a tennis ball at me and Simon, and like
Wait, is this out on the trip?
Yes, you can see it in one of the videos. I think it's in City's highlights one. But like they just show Willie hitting the tennis ball, and it literally. So we're like, I think I actually said this on Simon's podcast. Really we're just stealing content off him, but I'm fine with that. So we're about, I don't know, 15, 20 meters away. Like they're just coming up. We're about to say hello. Whacks a tennis ball at us, and it goes like a meter over Simon's head, and we were just like, this is weird. Like, it's a really strange atmosphere. Like, he's just attempted to assault us with a tennis ball. Like, how do we just go up and be like, thanks for that, mate. How are you doing?
What kind of like, what was his expression when he was doing it though? Was it like
like Venom?
He whacked it and then just like laughed with the players, and it was like,
like taking a piss at you maybe?
Well, I don't know. It was just weird, and it was
That
like,
is weird.
But he was fine in the video, really nice. And
Yeah,
everything,
I filmed with him. He was absolutely sound. So
didn't try.
He didn't take off my head with a racket.
No,
so.
no. Didn't try and assault us any more
That's
times.
okay. You could have just told him you are second choice.
I don't know.
Your name is literally Willie, mate.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Willie.
Yeah.
And you're not first team.
My second name is also Dixon, so I probably don't have a leg stand on that one, but we'd have a good laugh.
That's so. That's one thing that I noticed about footballers, though, is you see like the way you're whacking it. They're just dicking around. They're just having fun, right? Is that's the biggest thing when it comes to footballers. They're all just. It's the same. Everyone's just kids and just messes around.
Yeah. You sometimes feel
same.
like they're children, and they've got all these people around them, and they're literally like looking, like holding their hand, and looking after every single thing. But it's generally like the people around them just want to make sure that they don't get pissed off, and so like the footballers are generally fine.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed as well. It's like going back sort of
even the Ronaldo shoot.
The Ronaldo,
that.
He was having a final time because he'd just done 1,000 really shit boring interviews, and finally we're doing something a bit more engaging.
Yep.
And yet the people behind it were just determined to suck the fun out of every part of my video.
Yeah, well, he's not getting brought back for the third fragrance launch.
So you did go back for the second one, right? And where was that? That was it when he'd moved to Juventus, right?
Turin, yeah. So that one was like crazy because we did the shoot, and then they were like, we don't have anyone to do like. Do you remember last time there was a girl that was doing the presentation?
Yes.
And she was like hosting the party, and it was like a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
But like. So they were like, we don't have anyone to host it or anything. We need someone to do that. Would you be okay with doing that? And it was
and they asked you when you were there.
As I was flying over.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I obviously they know that it's Ronaldo. They know that you've got like, they can ask you what you want, and you'll be like yes. But it was because
They finessed you then.
Oh well, I've never presented like a live event or anything. You know, like, I'm not a host of anything. And so suddenly they were like, yeah, we're streaming this on his Instagram. Make sure you hype up the room. There's like Piers Morgan
Hype
and his film crew in the crowd, along with about 30 people. And they're like, yeah, so Ronaldo's coming in about 20 seconds. Just like hype it up and make it. And I
So
was
were you
like,
there like, come on, guys, come on, you know,
I
them
can imagine it. Oh
I was
my
like, this
god,
is the
Chris
most
there with a mic in his
anxiety
hand.
I've
Come on,
ever
Piers, I
had
want to
in
see a
my
clap for
entire-
Ronaldo.
But no, like in the end, I was just like, can
sounds
we
so
get
awkward.
a big round of applause for Cristiano Ronaldo? And like, it was fine.
Did it
But,
work?
like, yeah, it was fine because like you couldn't really. Also, they weren't streaming it on his Instagram. It was on like his fragrances Instagram.
Oh,
but they said
okay.
it's going live on his Instagram, and I was like,
Oh,
200
no.
million followers are watching
no.
me make my first public speech ever live.
That's amazing.
So, but it actually turned out fine, and I thought like the mic would be, you know, like literally shaking.
Yeah.
like, mental. But
Did
it
you
actually
get
looked
did you
okay.
get the round of applause that you asked for?
Well, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Like,
You know those you know those Twitch cringe compilations when there's people on stage, yeah?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Come on, can we get something for Zelda?"
Wait,
Cal,
you mean
no,
you
Cal.
mean the ninja clip?
Ninja,
of him going,
Ninja, New
"Oh,
York,
I'm,
yes."
I'm looking for some more movement
I'm not
out
seeing
there.
enough
Yeah, I'm
movement,
not
guys.
seeing enough
He's just
movement.
flossing.
That's horrible. But that can happen to anyone. That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
just that is. But luckily, it wasn't one of those.
It wasn't
There
one
was
of
enough-
those.
There was
Oh,
enough of a cheer.
You just
I
cracked
didn't
me up
get
there.
burnt by the stake by Ronaldo's team, and
That's all right.
maybe the
But
third
they did
fragrance
finesse you.
launch, I'll be back.
They
Yes.
did finesse you.
A little bit, yeah.